Hey there, good looking. I've been suppressing my urge to have sex with other men my entire life. I get a little tingle every time I think about skewering another man with my giant venomous dick. But I've grown tired of hiding from the world. Today's the day that I've finally come out of the closet.
What the hell are you?
We are horny.
I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if this like fake woke baiting is a new way for movies to get press. I've talked about at length before that, I am a big fan of Venom, Venom, Spider-Man, Carnage, all these I grew up with in the fighting games too. Just really, really love the characters. And now in the sequel, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, the director has decided to queerbait, essentially, saying that Venom's coming out and love affair between Eddie and the alien symbiote in Let There Be Carnage. The film director has now pointed to a scene that is sort of an LGBTQIA kind of festival. As a moment, Venom has his being out moment. This is very dangerous queerbaiting, I would argue, because if it is what I think it is, and it's treated as kind of a joke, or if they treat it like a joke, it's not going to go over well. And I just don't know why these movies can't stand on their own, be good on their own merits. But here we are. Annie Serkis says a particular scene in Venom Let There Be Carnage is a coming out party for the alien symbiote, whose relationship with Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock is at the center of the movie. In a recent interview with Uproxx, the Venom sequel director spoke about the film's rave scene, which he shared had originally been set in the carnival but evolved thanks to stars Hardy's relationship with rapper Little Sims, who also appears in the movie. She actually had made a song, unbeknownst to her, called Venom that connected very much with the first movie. And so Tom got in touch with her and said the song kind of became the focus. When the director shared that Hardy and co-writer Kelly Marcel had wanted the scene to be a coming out event, well, Tom and Kelly were always about Venom coming out and going to a party that was very sort of an LGBTQIA festival. Really, I'd call it. And his coming out party, basically. This is Venom's coming out party. This is another perfect example of, Hollywood just being just the worst. Look, two men can have a deep affection for each other, love each other, be friends, be family, without also sleeping together. This is a thing that Hollywood is completely unable to do, also with two female characters. When two female characters are strong, they must be sleeping together. And if they're not, then the internet literally gets mad about it. I'm not kidding. This shipping culture is why you get a lot of this. Now, what's it actually going to look like in the movie? I don't know. But the fact that, we're seeing this now is just like, can't we have something with just be a good movie without having to have all this? Oh, but, Venom's cool, but he's also gay. When asked to confirm if what he was implying was that Venom was not a straight alien symbiote, as was actually coming out, he responds, well, coming out, being out, before acknowledging that a line from the character points him to speaking for the other. What is interesting is that just like he says in the movie, we must stop this cruel treatment of aliens, he says. We all live on this ball of rock, and so inadvertently becomes kind of he's speaking for the other he's speaking for the freedom of the other. At the end of the interview, which features him speaking on the other Venom-related things, like star and friend Woody Harrelson's involvement in the character Carnage's impact on the film's coloring, Serkis responds to the statement by saying, "It's very obvious that Eddie and Venom are in love," by calling their relationship the movie's central love affair. Absolutely, they do love each other, and that's kind of at the center of the movie. It's a love affair, the central love affair. What? Literally what? I mean, hopefully there's a scene where they pleasure each other. I mean, I would hope. We all love the will they, won't they dynamic between Eddie Brock and Venom, and it seems Venom, Let There Be Carnage director does too. In a new interview with Uproxx, he talked about taking over directional duties of the film and how he used the film to ship the two characters. Absolutely, they do love each other, and this is kind of the center of the movie. It is that love affair, that central love affair. To the director, the love between the two is so powerful, he wanted to include a coming out scene of sorts that made parallels between Venom and queer love stories even more clear. Tom Hardy and co-writer Kelly Marcel were always talking about him coming out. He continued to say he sees an obvious parallel between Venom's story and the stories of the LGBTQ plus people. He says in the movie, we must try to stop the cruel treatment, blah, blah, blah. Fans love Eddie and Venom's odd couple dynamic in the first film. Yeah, but they don't want them to be boyfriends. I suppose some may. The two have great chemistry, and at one point, the symbiote even has the idea to kiss Eddie when it's being worn by Eddie's ex-wife, played by Michelle Williams. The first Venom film was surprisingly different superhero tale that we're used to. The back and forth between Eddie and Venom was a major reason. With the lack of queerness in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it would be great to see this dynamic in Let There Be Carnage. What? Look, I'm not against this out of hand, but is that a thing that existed in Carnage's or in Venom's deep lore history? I actually don't know that for a fact. But I also know what I do know about Venom is that it was never about his love affairs. If it was, maybe when I was young, I just completely missed it. It's possible, right? It's possible that I completely missed that's what it's about. But they get all this free press from the Mary Sue and Coming Out magazine and all this stuff. You could see here's the Mary Sue's coverage. Well, most of us know that Andy is the man who portrayed Gollum in Lord of the Rings films. The veteran actor is also an accomplished director. His latest and most high-profile film is a sequel to Venom titled Venom Let There Be Carnage. The film will find Eddie Brock struggling to get along with his symbiote companion, as well as facing off against new foe, Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage. I mean, I'm not exactly sure. You know, we can see, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one. You know, is it a love story saying they love each other? Well, yeah. I do think that Hollywood directors and things like that of this nature are likely to bait, like deliberately be obtuse or deliberately be, and then they could come back and say, well, I never said they were boyfriend and boyfriend. I just said that it was a love story, and that's what it is. I mean, that could be exactly what they're talking about. That Venom and Eddie Brock are just deep friends, man friends or whatever. I don't know. I don't know exactly how I don't know how this works out. I don't know at what point we're going to get back to just, hey, it's a sweet movie and let's not talk about, you know, maybe it's not important who loves who. There are movies that are, you know, that do hinge on relationships, and those are love stories. But then again, if Carnage, if that's what they want Venom to be, is a love story, it's probably not for me. Maybe it'll be for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.